Hello and welcome to Miss Rhodey. Today I'm discussing how I'm scaling my Zazzle business to survive the 2025 royalty changes. As you know, there are major shifts taking place in Zazzle's marketplace right now. And if you're a creator, you've likely felt the impact. One of the most significant changes is the introduction of a 50% marketing fee, a policy that directly affects the royalties creators earn from each sale. Whether you're new to the platform or a seasoned designer, understanding how this change works and how to adapt to it has become essential for staying profitable and protecting your creative business. Understanding the fee. This fee, which was rolled out in April of this year, charges up to 50% on your royalty if the sale comes through 1. External traffic from paid ads, 2. Affiliate links such as Zazzle, someone else's, or even your own self-promoted product link could trigger the fee. And third, Zazzle's own marketing campaigns, such as their emails or wherever they place on Google. You still get your royalty, but it's cut in half when Zazzle attributes the sale to one of those avenues that I just stated. What is the purpose of the fee? A quote taken from Zazzle's newly published Creators FAQ. And this is the quote. Our advertising expenses have increased dramatically. Our average cost per click is now 68% higher than it was 5 years ago. Put plainly, we pay substantially more today to attract the same volume of potential customers. So from a business standpoint, this is what I believe Zazzle is saying. They're basically saying that they can no longer afford to pay royalties the way they did in the past, while also covering full affiliate commissions on externally driven sales. So although they've always adjusted royalties when third-party referrals were involved, the rising cost of advertising has made it harder to sustain both payouts. When traffic stays inside Zazzle, their margins are probably healthier. But when it comes from outside, the cost is simply too high to support both the creator's royalty and the affiliate commission at previous levels. So that's what I believe Zazzle is saying. That's just my beliefs. That's just how I interpreted that statement. But this is what we are thinking as creators. Many creators, we are expressing frustration, saying that that we feel, first of all, that the royalty fee is too steep. And then when it comes to the part of still having to pay the royalty fee for doing your own marketing. So that can cause us to feel penalized for doing our own marketing. So what we're saying is, instead of being rewarded for driving traffic to our stores through platforms like Pinterest, YouTube, or blogs, we're seeing a significant cut to our royalties, as if a third-party affiliate had promoted the product. So for creators who have spent years building an audience and investing in their own outreach, this change feels more like a penalty. So I can see, and I am a creator. So I'm just trying to see both sides, not just my side, but where Zazzle's coming from too. However, let's talk about how to adapt and make it work in your favor. So this is what I'm doing to adjust. I believe the best path forward for me at the moment is a dual strategy. So what I'm focusing on heavily now is maximizing my internal sales, because that's the safest, highest royalty option. So basically, my most secure strategy right now is to optimize for internal traffic. This gives me the best chance of earning my full royalty. So anytime the traffic is within the Zazzle site, you're not going to have that 50% marketing fee. So what is internal traffic? Internal traffic refers to customers who access Zazzle directly. So they may type in the website into their browser. Maybe they have visited your store before and they saved it as a bookmark, or they click the follow button, or they have, a favorite product that they save, or they directly have the Zazzle app maybe on their phone or tablet. So these shoppers are already inside the Zazzle ecosystem. They didn't arrive through third-party channels like Pinterest or TikTok or Google search or anything of that nature. Once they're on the platform, they begin browsing or searching. And I want to be one of the creators they discover. So to avoid that royalty fee, I see why cover images and SEO is very important, because as I stated in my previous video, I learned a hard lesson for not putting cover photos on my products, and that caused my products to become buried. So I'm working very hard to put cover photos. So I'm adding cover photos to all of my bestsellers in every new product moving forward, because I want to capture those internal shoppers. So I had to intentionally improve my product listings with discoverability in mind. I'm going to incorporate product videos to boost visibility. I'm going to continue to strengthen my SEO in titles, tags, and descriptions. And I want to design listings that appeal to customers already browsing on Zazzle. So why does it matter? If Zazzle can find and sell your product without you paying it, if Zazzle can find and sell your product without you paying to bring in the customer, you win with full royalties. Or without they paying. So I wrote that wrong. So these sales are labeled none in the referral column on your earnings page. Right. So, when you're on your earnings page and you see none in the referral column, that more than likely means that the traffic came from within Zazzle's ecosystem. So how do I measure my internal traffic? Just like how I said right there, that through my earnings page, when a sale shows none in the referral column, that's a strong sign the customer found my product through Zazzle's internal platform, whether by searching, browsing categories, or exploring the home page. These are my most profitable sales because I keep 100% of the royalty I set. Another thing I would do, my second strategy, is I would have to begin driving external sales, but I would do it wisely. While external sales come with a 50% marketing fee on the royalty, I can still grow my business, especially when I am also the referral. So my smart external strategy would be, and this is so I'm already part of the Zazzle's associate program. So my links will earn 15% referral bonus. So I think in order to ride this wave, if you're not already part of the Zazzle, and it's called Ambassadors Program. So if you're not already part of the Zazzle Ambassadors Program, you may want to join it. So when you post your links or anybody else's links, you will get a referral. So I have a blog and a YouTube channel. So what I would do is I'm going to use my blog posts and YouTube channels to link my products, in my other social media channels to link my products. But I really want to focus on platforms I can control, like my blog or YouTube, because sometimes other platforms may redirect your traffic and tag it as, tag it differently, where you it's no longer tagging you as the referral. I know that can happen sometimes on Pinterest, or I'm not saying that it happens now, but I know sometimes it just depends on what social media site you're on, because the social media, they have their own cookies, so it's like it will override, I guess, Zazzle's cookies or something. So why it matters? You can still earn up to 20% combined. So let's say, so I'm just calculating. So I'm just doing my own math. Let's say that I set my royalty to 10%. So I won't have the fee. So Zazzle's going to take half of that. So that's 5%. And you get, the 15% referral, which gives you 20% of the sale. How I would combine the two. My long-term strategy is to turn external traffic into long-term internal visitors. So what does this mean, Miss Rhodey? Well, this is what it means. When someone finds my product through a blog post, YouTube video, or Pinterest pin, that's considered external traffic. But here's the opportunity. Once the customer likes what they see, I want them to follow my Zazzle store. I want them to bookmark my storefront, and I want them to come back directly later to shop more. And when they do that, their future visits are now internal traffic, because they're going straight to the site. They're not going through any third-party links or anything. So that means I get to keep my full royalty. There's no more 50% marketing fee that's applied. And Zazzle system will reward my listings in internal search, by showing them more. If I bring in more sales, the algorithm will do that. So I want to maximize my Zazzle store follows. One of the best forms of internal traffic is when customers visit your Zazzle store directly. That could be because they bookmarked it, favorite it, or type your store URL into their browser. These visits are tracked as internal, meaning you keep your full royalty with no marketing fee applied. How I would encourage the follow in their return visits. I'm beginning to add a line in my product description, such as, love this design, click the follow button to see more like it. And I can also, in my advertising, include store follow prompts in my YouTube videos, blogs, or even on my product mock-ups, but I'll just test that out. I'm just testing, in the testing phases now. I am hopeful and believe the tide will turn in our favor, creators. I know this rocky season of transition has shaken many of us, but here's the bigger picture. Zazzle is evolving into a platform that is memorable enough for people to visit by name, gets typed directly into browsers or saved as a favorite, and doesn't have to rely on third-party links to attract customers. So as Zazzle begins to grow and they reach that level of brand loyalty where they are a household name, I believe it will, hopefully their costs will be able to go down. So, however, to reach that level of brand loyalty, Zazzle is investing heavily on promotion that they stated has risen in the past 5 years. So, to help cover those costs, that's why they're asking us to absorb part of that burden of that, through the 50% marketing fee. So while I understand Zazzle's reasoning for the fee, I do hope it's temporary. Because as Zazzle continues to grow into a globally recognized brand, perhaps they'll reduce or even eventually eliminate the fee. That's what I'm hoping. Of course, even popular platforms may stay visible in a crowded market. So digital marketing will likely always play a role. But with time, Zazzle may find more efficient ways to balance those costs without passing them so heavily onto creators. But in the meantime, I do want to explore how Zazzle can create a win-win situation for all of us right now. So just check out my next video, which will be called The Royalty Fee Dilemma: Ideas to Help Zazzle and Creators Thrive Together, where I dive deeper into those ideas. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Hello.